Alright, so I want to tell you about the time I almost got arrested. This began oddly enough in a philosophy class, and it was actually an ethics class. And I was trying to decide between taking the 8 a.m. class and the 11 a.m. class. Same instructor, same everything. So I went to both classes on the first day and decided that way. And I ended up going with the 11 a.m. class because it was later and it seemed like a better class. And in that class, there was these 3 guys in the room. I would like to sit in the second row. These guys were back row peoples. There was Jerome, BJ, and Poof. And they were all roommates. Jerome was just Jerome. BJ, that was his freshman dorm floor. I guess there was 3 Joshes, so he became Black Josh or BJ. Poof that was short for his name, Poofall, and I always tease him because Poof is a gay slur in Australia, and he was aware of this, but he didn't realize quite, because I lived in Australia, I knew that it always made it weird when I called him that, because that was something you couldn't say in Australia. So, I started talking to them throughout the semester, and then towards the middle of the semester, they said, we're going to have a party, and you should come. So I said, okay, I'll come to the party. So I went to the party. They had a 3rd roommate, who I don't remember his name, but then we became friends, and so after the semester was over, later on in the year, we decided we were all going to go to this place called Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse was the place where all the fraternity and sorority guys at Mizzou would go, and then after the night, towards the end of the night, the police would all line up, because there'd always be fights. The fraternity guys would all fight afterwards, and the police would line up in the street and start arresting people. So there was this group of people fighting right here, and BJ and Poof were right here, and I was right here. And I wanted to get over here. So I walked around this big group of people doing stuff, and one of them pushed me in the street. Turns out they also pushed me into a female police officer. So they decided that I was involved in the fight, so they put me in the street in handcuffs. And so I'm sitting there saying, hey, I didn't have anything to do with this. You know, they eventually let me go because they didn't really want to deal with me. But then I went and hung out with BJ and Poof and we left. So the moral of the story is, okay, so small things. So like I could have gone, if I'd taken the 8 a.m. class, I never would have met BJ, Poof, and Jerome. Never would have ended up at Fieldhouse. Never would have almost gotten arrested. So small decisions can have big consequences. Now it wasn't really that big of a consequence, but anyway. So think about the small decisions that don't mean anything, and they can have bigger consequences in the end. So that's the moral of that story. Go ahead and stop.